Charles Clinton with the Heart of Medicine. This very short video is going to be about a social interaction I just had, which I thought was great to share with you guys. And it's a very interesting one because I was walking my dogs as I usually do down. I took them to the historic cemetery in Savannah. They love that place. There are squirrels absolutely everywhere. So of course, when there's not too many people, I might let them loose so they chase a squirrel real quick and then come back and get their cardio in, get their smiles in, and get all their happiness and joy in. So today I did that for a moment, and there was someone walking a dog on a leash, and a guy probably my age, and he just walks up to me and he's like, "Are these dogs yours?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if they were lost." And I'm like, "No, they're with me." And he's like, "Okay, so your dogs are following the spirits." That's what he tells me, and I answer back, "Oh, yeah." I didn't think much about it. I didn't know in what direction he was going. And he's like, "Okay, well, I don't think it's appropriate to have your dogs here running around here, and yeah, spirits might not like this." And so immediately I knew this guy was basically against the dogs being loose there and getting in some extra steps. So of course, most people nowadays will just get annoyed. This happened, I got annoyed, and I answered back immediately, defensively, like, so this is a historic cemetery. The last time someone was buried here was over 100 something years, I believe. And do you think the spirits will care about a dog running around their grave after more than 100 years? Do you think that's what they would be paying attention to? They would be paying attention to earth things when they've been gone for so long. Shouldn't they be focused on something else at this point? So something along that line was like my response. And he's like, "Well, I don't think it's appropriate. I think that there's people who have their family who might come and mourn their family member here, and it wouldn't be nice to have these dogs running around here." And I didn't take it in a defensive stance anymore. I took the higher route, right? I leveled up. Why? Because that's what maturity shows you, and it's always good to try to de-escalate things. And I basically answered back, "Okay, so you're saying," and I repeated what he said, "and my understanding is that you are mentioning this." So I was showing him, I was paying full attention to what he was saying, and that I got everything correct. And his answer was, "Yes, correct." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I think you have a good point." My point of view is a little bit different because the way I see this is that this is not a pretty old cemetery. You can't even see the names on most of the graves anymore. Squirrels walk around here all the time. Should we also avoid the squirrel from running around here? Probably not. Would the spirits care if the squirrel is running around? Probably not. Would it make a difference if a dog is having the time of their life running around it? Probably not as well, right? So I see it a little bit different. I respect what you mentioned, and we talked, and that de-escalated the situation. He gave me his points. He continued, of course, saying, "Well, I see it this way because of this," and I was able to pay full attention, not be ready to interrupt, not be ready to just interject, say my reasoning. It wasn't a competition. It wasn't you versus me. It was, I want to understand completely what you're saying, because what you're saying might actually make me potentially change my opinion or even learn from this interaction. So we have to go into every interaction thinking that we can actually learn something. See, that's the technology I have. I'm sorry.